Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Goal, the Club Manager, which is a more aesthetically pleasing, less challenging, much less realistic version of Football Manager. It doesn't feel like there are any actual real clubs or club members, but it's a much more light-hearted, very easy introduction into the genre, and it feels very much like it's aimed at a younger audience. As always, we'll look through the options first, and then we'll jump straight into the game and show you all of the different aspects of the game. It is very complete, just very simple, if that makes sense. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into it. The options then, obviously not a lot here. It is a very, again, like most management games, very text-based, and the graphics that you do see are not like top tier. What I will say is they are very good though. They've done a very good job of like making everything visually pleasing. So what have we got? We've got your resolution, borderless window, graphic settings. You've got fastest, fast, simple, good, beautiful, and fantastic. You've got your monitor. You can select that if you're on multiple monitors. I really like this. I wish more games would do this. Widescreen background. You can choose type O or type 1. You've got your language. Then you've got your volumes here. Everything is set to maximum, but you can just mute them as well, which is really nice. And you just apply. Not a lot here, but what there is makes sense. Maybe in future iterations, if they do decide to make more versions of this game, some sort of metric options, which I've seen a lot in these sorts of games, would be really, really nice to see, just to give you a bit more of an immersive feel and make it so that you can really understand what's going on. But there you are, that's the options. Let's have a look at all the different options and gameplay that you've got with the manager mode. Alright, so you've got two main screens, right? You've got two main screens of this, and honestly, this screen, as cool as it is, and I love the little animations on it, and everything sort of does its own thing. Honestly, it's pointless because everything you click on takes you back to this screen, which is the screen you're going to work with the most. So it doesn't really matter what you click on in this screen here, because you can get back to everything anyway, and it seems to take you to, you know, it takes you to the different sort of area, but it's all the same. Like, you still get to everything here. It's a nice visual, but ultimately it's kind of pointless. It doesn't really do anything. I don't know. I get what they're trying to do, but it ultimately doesn't matter. Like, it would be better if they had one or the other. They don't need both, you know. Maybe have it so that this screen is the only screen that you can get to, and you've got to go to there to get to everything else. But I don't know, it just feels like a waste of resources. Outside of that though, what do you have? You've got your headquarters, which is where you've got your inbox. It shows you your calendar. It shows you, you know, your page and everything. You've got your incoming, your outgoing. It's basically your overall summary of everything. It shows you where you are in the league, etc. Then you've got your team down here. This is where you can, you know, get some new trainers. You can get some academy places going. You can train the youths. You can put some more budget into it and really build your team up from the grassroots sort of aspect. You've then got your under 23s. You've got your training regiment here. Like, it's very in-depth whilst also being very simplistic and easy to understand, which I really, really like. You've got your tactics here, so you can, you know, choose whether you want to go for, you know, whichever sort of play style you want, different formations, etc. I like the fact that it gives you a summary here as well, so it can teach you about the game and teach you what different play style is and what it does and how it works, and different formations that work really well with it. And then you've got your instructions here, so you can change to ball circulation, you can do more dribbling, you can change how aggressive or how passive you are. Again, everything is done very visually pleasing. I really am quite happy with it. You've got your transfer window here. Now, this is where I start to have an issue with it. It's not very realistic in that it has this weird sort of contract negotiation sort of aspect, but it doesn't do anything. They just accept everything. And it also doesn't explain very well when these transfers are going to happen. So you've got a certain amount of time in your calendar, right? And you've got a transfer window open during this. And then in your transfer window, you can select it to market worth, and you can, you know, see who's up for grabs. As you can see, I've got 20 million, so we could click on this guy here, and he is already working for us, so we could dismiss him if we want. Or we can go to contracts here, or performance, and then if we want to look for other people, we go to transfer market, and we are going to go for purchase. Why is it saying that there's nobody available? This is really weird. This is really odd. Okay, the game is a little bit buggy. Apparently this is saying that there's no one available, even though the market's open for 24 days and 50,000 players are listed. I've gone with everything that is possible, and nothing's coming up. So it is early access. There are going to be some issues, but what I can tell you is earlier when I was playing this, it didn't matter how I set them. It didn't matter. Like, I was hiring people, and it didn't matter who I was hiring. It would just accept them. And I tested this by going really high and really low with my offers, and they just accepted all the time. So that is something that's going to need looking at, because it is clearly a little bit buggy. I don't know why the filters aren't working. That everything is set to pretty much show everybody, but they're not there. You do have scouting. Obviously, you've got your network, so you can see your different scouts and everything that's there. Your club. Now, this is really cool. A lot more games are doing this. The game that I covered yesterday, for example, Pro Basketball Manager does this as well, where you can actually manage the club and the stands and the staff and everything. And you can go and you can have a look at listed candidates here, and you can pick one, and then you can renegotiate or you can sign. So as you can see here, they want this, but we're gonna actually, we want to go to 100 here, don't we? £83. We're going to offer them the lowest. And there you go. I've signed him for £83 when he was demanding 52k. It's broken, and it probably could do with improving, because I can just go on and claim everybody and go for the lowest level possible, and they will sign at that. There you go. Done. Yeah. It needs fixing, and it's the same with the club as well, with the transfer list. But yeah, you've got your club management here. You got your stadium management, so you can have a look at the blocks, see how much capacity you've got. You can mess with all your ticket prices and your surroundings here as well. So you can, you know, give a paved road, and you can add a burger stand, and it will show you how much you're spending, and you'll see how much you're getting here. You can add a bus station. There you go. Give a parking area, and then hire the construction company, and you'll see that that's just used pretty much all of it, all of my funds. But you can make the stadium better, which will make more people come in, which will mean that you'll make more money. You can keep an eye on your finances from this screen here as well, and then you've got your career stats here, so you can see how much salary you're getting, see the development manager, development as a trainer, etc. And your overall stats as well, where you're doing in the league, how well you're doing. Bless me. Wins, losses, etc. Normally I'd edit that out, but I'm keeping it in. It was a good sneeze. You've got your cups, your rankings, your records, your history. And that's it. And then when you get to match day, you'll be able to watch the match in full as it goes. So we're going to do that now. Alright, so it's very simplistic, but you do have a few options here. You can see the different teams and the players and the instructions you can give them, and you can change that as you go. Style and formation, you can change that on the fly, which is really nice. You can go for offensive patterns, etc. It gives you a full play-by-play down here. You've got your ticker here, so you can see who else is playing on the day. And then, like I say, you've got your view here, which is at the minute very simplistic, but what you can do is you can change it to portrait view, and then whenever anything happens in the game, you'll get like a little cutscene. So if we go to match speed here and we speed it up, you'll see that everything speeds up. You've got the crowds going on, and any goals or anything that happen will come up as a little cutscene, which is actually pretty good. The graphics aren't like massively amazing. They remind me very much of like FIFA 19. You know what I mean? But they're pretty good. They're not terrible. They look well, and you get a full summary afterwards as well. For the half time, you can make any substitutes you want. So we can pull you off there and knock you there, and we can put you in for centre defender middle there. Confirm, and you'll carry on. You can also choose a speech, and it will come up there, and it will say, you know, motivation remains unharmed. If they get motivation, they will carry on. And then you play the game. And that's all there is to it. It's not bad. It doesn't really compete with Football Manager. But if you're looking for an entry into the genre, something that's a little bit more light, a little bit less serious, and something that aesthetically is very pleasing, this is going to be a good game for you. So, yeah, it's not terrible. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.